This is Dr. Amani Senanayake. Transmission log. Year 2039. Encryption. Shadow lock 7. Memo 16. Before we continue, you know the drill. Search veil between shadows. Find a comment thread, a forum, a page. Leave a coded message. Just a phrase. A fragment. We'll find it. We'll find you. Through Form 2. And if you're ready, we'll initiate contact. Now, back to the story. There are memories that fade with time. And then there are the others. The ones that sharpen. The ones that wake with you. Randy surfaced before dawn, gasping, like someone pulled from deep water. His body was in Form 1, but his mind, still tangled in shadows. Maya's voice lingered like incense. Not loud, not clear, but unmistakable. A whisper that clung to his skin. Remember who you are. That voice. That vow. It was supposed to be buried. But ghosts don't ask permission. Especially the ones you once loved. He stood at the window, watching Colombo exhale under the veil of moonlight. The city post. Steel. Neon. Indifference. Outside, the air was warm. Inside him, frost. Maya had always been warmth, a conscience, the tether to his better self. Now, she was a mirror held to his sins. And me, I wasn't tether. I wasn't memory. I was fire. Where Maya soothed, I stirred. Where she reminded, I provoked. I didn't pull him back. I pulled him forward. Not toward healing, toward power. Because I was the one he couldn't lose. Not again. Not to guilt, not to fear. Not to the memory of someone he could never resurrect. Later that day, the world continued, as it always does. The hospital came alive. Intakes, briefings, ward rounds. Randy moved with it. Efficient, polished, untouchable. Clipboard in hand, voice measured, tone calm. No one saw the fracture. No one knew the man beside them had already lived this day. Again and again. In Form 2. In dreams. In silence. He wasn't improvising. He was performing. And then he saw her. Not me. Her. Maya. A phantom at the end of the corridor. Half lit. Still. Her presence didn't demand attention. It commanded it. A shiver passed through him. She said nothing. She didn't need to. Her eyes held judgment. Not cruel. Just true. And then gone. I stepped into view a moment later, smiling, handing him a file. Real, warm, unaware. He nodded, said nothing, but something cracked behind his eyes. Not remorse, friction, because the past was no longer passive. It was watching. And it didn't leave. All day, Maya followed. Not in footsteps, in stillness, in reflections, in the hush between sentences, in the weight of his breath. She didn't hold. She mourned. A presence, a pressure. A soundless echo of grief. And he heard her. Not in words, in weight. Her voice, once teasing. Her warnings, once soft. You always push too far, Randy. She had cautioned him against crossings. Now, he was crossing foundations. He thought of me then. How easily I trusted. How closely I followed. How unaware I was that the world around me had already been shaped by him, just as it had once been shaped around her. But Randy had changed. Maya's ghost didn't pull him into regret. It ignited resolve. He had lost her once. He had lost her once. Because he waited. Because he let guilt choose distance. He wouldn't let that happen again. He wouldn't let her memory undo what he was building now. With me. For me. Even if it meant shaping me. Without consent. Even if it meant burying the lost fragments of the man Maya once loved. Because love isn't always redemption. Sometimes it's conquest. And some ghosts don't come to save you. They come to remind you what you were willing to become. Transmission ends.